morning, guys. I was bored, so I decided to make a candle. So, right now, I'm getting my alcohol so I can clean my jar. It's very important that we clean our jars to get the dust out. So, here I'm just cleaning it out really good. Clean, clean, clean. All right. So, put that up. And now I'm going to get my wick and put my wick in the jar. Try to get that as centered as possible. So stick that in, and I grab my little wooden sticks and I just press it down to make sure it's secure in the bottom of my vessel. And then I'll put my wick holder on. Okay, so now get my scale ready so I can weigh out my wax, and have to tear it a couple of times sometimes because it doesn't like to go to zero all the time. So now just getting my wax, and my wax melter is set to the temperature that I need my wax to be. And once it goes in that container, it cools down really fast. So I have to work fast. So I'm just picking which scent I'm going to use so I can put that on the scale and get the correct ounces for my fragrance oil. So I'm using Meadow Violet. So I'm just gonna get my oil together. So I have that oil weighed out. And now I'm gonna go in with my color, which is gonna be pink. And I use another wooden stick to mix that color in. I just dip it in the dye and stir it around, and if it's not the right color, I'll add more. If it's good, that's it. So now I'm adding my fragrance oil, and I like to stir my fragrance oil for a couple of minutes to make sure it's in the mix really, really well. So now I got a longer spoon, mix it up. Got to put that top on my die because I always waste it. You can see the bottle. So now I'm just mixing that more, a little bit more. And you can see my pink color. It's going to come out a lighter pink. And you'll see at the end. Okay, so I'm going to get my heat gun and warm up my jar. So I'm just warming my jar, and that's when I go and warm up my mold just a little bit. I use mold spray, so my molds, they usually don't stick if I remember to use the spray. So now I'm going in with my mold first and getting that together, getting it ready. Now I'm going to pour it in my jar. And as you can tell, I don't know if you guys can tell, my jar had cooled down and I had lines going around my jar. So what I did was I just took my heat gun and went around the jar And you'll see where I went around the jar because it's going to be melted again. And right there, that's where I went around my jar. So now that was me checking my mold. And I took that mold out prematurely. I guess I was in a rush a little bit. I was bored today, but I think it still came out great. So that hot pink mold in the back, I got that today. So I'm going to put some mold spray in there. And the wax that I had left over, I'm just going to pour it in those molds. It's a rose mold, and it's 3 different sizes. So I'll just spray that mold spray in there, and then I'll go back and put the extra wax in there. And I can use those for something else. So now I'm just filling those molds. So I was able to do 3, the 2 at the bottom, the big ones, and then one of the small ones at the top. So here my candle has hardened, my mold has hardened, and I stick those skewer sticks down in my molds when I want to put a hole in the mold for my wicks, so I can just slide it down on the wick. So that was me just checking it. It was still a little warm, and it wasn't all the way hard, but I was trying to get done by then. I was hungry, so I had to put on some gloves because I hate when that fragrance oil gets stuck in my hands. So I took it off the stick, and I'm just going to slide it down the wick when I take the wick holder off, of course. So you can see I forgot to heat my candle at the top, so I'm going to take it back off and heat the top of that candle, and then I'll put it back on there. And once I got it down on there, I had to try to get it centered. So I was just using my fingers, and then I got the little wooden skewer, and it just helped me move it around to the middle to get it in the middle as good as possible. So that's just me trying to get it in the middle before the top of that candle cools down. So once I got it, I just pressed down on it just a little, and then clip my wick. And that is my candle.